All right, let's set up our math notebook. So the first thing you're going to do on the very first page is you're going to put page 1 at the top. And then you're going to title it Index Roman numeral 1. So Index 1. And then here on the side, if you want to do it this way, you could write page 1. Or what I noticed some people do is they just put the number right here. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, sorry guys. 9, 10, and so on and so forth. So this is the first page. Now the next page, don't write on the back of the first page. The next page is a completely new page. So the new page, and then here's where you would put, okay, index 1, index 2, index 3. The title for page 4 was starter number 1, unit 1. And then the title for page 5 is intro to statistics. Here, let me zoom it in. Intro to statistics. Okay. You're going to put 2 at the top, and this is index Roman numeral 2. And then let's do the third page. We're going to have 3 pages of table of contents or of our index. I think the proper term is table of contents, but index, I know what you mean, and I know what I mean. And then page 4 is where we're going to start our starter. So let's go to page 4. Okay, so here's page 4. And you're going to title this Starter number 1, Unit number 1. All right, so with the starter, you guys have it in Google Classroom. So if you go to Google Classroom and you click the link, it says week 2 starters. And you're going to see a question there, number 1. You don't have to write down everything for the question. Just write down in your notebook the most important information. So if you guys have your Chromebook open, you should have the starters open. You'll see number 1. And I'm going to give you the overview of what I want you to write in your notebook. So go ahead and write this in your notebook. So we're going to do number 1. And there's part A, B, C, and D for number 1. But all of number 1 has a dot plot. So draw the actual dot plot. And the dot plot has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I just realized I need a little bit more room. So I'm going to give myself more room. And 8. And it has certain dots. How many dots does it have for 3? 1. How many dots does it have for 4?
5.
How many dots does it have for 5?
4.
And I believe there's 7 dots on number 6, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 7 has 2 dots, and then 8 has 2 dots. So I'm not writing down everything. I'm just writing down the imperative information, the information I need. Now, if you guys look at A, B, and C on your starter question, A, B, and C, I want you to write down. So now I'm going to write 1. Oops, let me undo that. I'm going to write 1A. And 1A says, how many weeks did Krista record? And then you guys will finish the question. And then you'll answer the question. So you're expected to write down 1A, 1B, 1C. You're going to write down the question and then answer the question. Now 1D is like a little over a sentence. It's a bit long. So for 1D, it's okay if you just summarize the question or don't write the question at all for 1D. and just give me the answer for 1D. And that's how we're going to do our starters. You're going to write down the crucial information and then answer the questions. If the questions are short, write down the questions. If the questions are too long, summarize the question or just give me the answer. And then the next part of our class, we're going to go a little ahead. You guys can go back to the starter right now. The next part of our class is we're going to take notes on page 5. So go ahead and go to page 5. Which is the next page. And on page 5, you're going to title it Intro to Statistics. And we're going to do that note page after the starter, after you guys have done it and we've gone over it in class. Then we're going to write page 5 of our notes. Now, I'm going to go back to page 1 of our index.